drought and famine, natural disasters. My baby has been.
What up, guys? And so let me lower this right now. I just stumbled on, and if you guys hear a fan in the background, it is pretty hot, so don't mind that fan. But I just want to say rest in peace to this YouTuber. I just found out about him today, and depression is a real thing. And if anybody out there is feeling depressed, I want you to know that you are not alone when it comes to depression. Depression is a real thing. Everybody, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, I'm going to speak for myself. I know that I struggled, and I still do, with depression, whether it's life that gets some people are not prepared for life. And when I say that, it's because usually after you're done with high school, people just throw you out in the real world. And now it's life changing. Etika, if I pronounce your name, I'm so sorry, but no, he cried out for help and nobody really helped him. And I think that's sad. He was suffering, and I'm just tired of seeing young people just take their lives. I wish that instead of somebody just messaging and on Twitter back and forth, actually give him help. He was crying for help. I was watching, I think it was Nappy-Headed Jojoba. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. She was talking about this YouTuber, and it's just sad because honestly, man, how can you even talk about how can you even, it's sad, to be honest. I know there's some times where I have friends, and I knew some people that wanted to commit suicide and wanted to kill themselves because of the simple because of the simple fact that there was really not anybody there to at least help them and at least be a friend and talk to them, And I feel like it's sad. It's very sad not having somebody to talk to and somebody you can at least vent to. And I know that feeling because there's times where I feel like I can't vent about any problems that I'm going through with anybody because I'm thinking to myself, like, nobody understands where I'm coming from. And a lot of people suffer from that. And I just want to let you guys know that you're not alone if you suffer from that. Like, I don't want to say it's normal, and it should not be normal where humans have to get to a point where you're saying you're okay, oh, this is not hurting me, but you're really scarred in the inside. I know that, take this for example, right? I know somebody that has friends who died, and to simply just brush it off and say, it's nothing, and it is something. If it's bothering you, you have to talk about that. It's not a problem talking and venting with somebody. If you ever feel down, know that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Know that suicide is not an option. You should not think of it as an option, because life, believe it or not, if you can't believe it right now and you say, you're just saying that, life doesn't get better for me. No, it does. You have to take it one day at a time. Don't sit and let anybody tell you different. Don't let the demons in your mind get to you, because everybody has demons. Believe it or not, everybody has demons, and some people let those demons manifest in their mind. And I've been there. Everybody probably has a story where they can testify and say, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I've been through a lot. And some people make it through the storm, and others, unfortunately, they pick suicide as an option because they can't, their reality is something that they can't handle. And I just wish somebody could talk to people that feel that way, because there's people out in this world that need, honestly, they just need somebody to be there. And family members, y'all know that y'all can't just be letting y'all, family members walk out and you leaving them just to be in their feelings. Like, we got to do better as a human race, and stop just leaving our people out there to just figure stuff out for themselves. You can't do that. That's how people commit suicide, is because they feel like they can't go to anybody and talk about their problems. They feel like they can't go to anybody and trust that if I talk to you, hey, can you really give me advice? Can you make sure that I'm okay? A lot of people are selfish. A lot of people don't care about nobody else. And that's the world we live in. And it's sad because everybody wants to be me, and not, okay, let me help this other person that's down. Let me stop worrying about myself for just 4 minutes, or just for more minutes, or an hour. Let me stop worrying about myself. This man crying for help, and nobody really was caring. And if you guys hear barking in the background, that's my dog. But nobody, it's just a selfish world that we live in. And it's sad because, he's a YouTuber, his life, I mean, what is that? This just shows you that, just because somebody's doing fine does not mean that there's nothing wrong with how they feel on the inside. Looks are deceiving, and never judge a book by its cover. I feel that a lot of people, like I said, are selfish and self-centered, and everybody wants to care about themselves and nobody else's feelings. Like, I'm actually mad because he didn't have anybody to be there for him, And sorry, I'm not. It's pretty sad to me because I remember, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, I've actually felt like nobody was paying me any attention when it comes to how I just mentally feel. Nobody was paying me any mind when I was going through any stress, and everybody wanted to be about themselves, and everybody wanted to say, oh, I'm tired from work, and and I get that, and I can see where he's coming from, but it just takes a few minutes out of somebody's day to say, are you okay? How are you? To me, it's honestly sad. About themselves. Oh, everybody wants to say, I'm so sorry. I was listening to myself because I don't know. I don't have a monitor at all, a double monitor yet. So, and you guys cannot hear my background music. Which I think I did it. Okay, anyway. So when I heard about this story, it just broke my heart because I have people that I personally know that are going through something in their life, and they're not talking about it to nobody because they feel as if you're supposed to be a strong individual. You can't let anybody know that you're suffering. And I trust me, I know that feeling, because as soon as somebody says, oh, you need to talk to somebody, you need to talk to a psychiatrist, you want to sit and say, man, I don't need that. Why I need to go to a doctor? You feel me? A doctor not gonna help me. That's what I think as well. For me, it's not just this individual that took his life that probably thought that, I don't know. But it's just sad because I was watching the video and somebody said that his family wasn't there. He didn't have any family to back him up, and I have to say that sometimes family are the worst ones to even sit and try to go to, because they want you to be in tough love. There's nothing wrong with tough love, but sometimes people don't want tough love. Sometimes people just want to be comforted. Sometimes people just don't want to come home to tough love, because at the end of the day, they know that when they go back into the world after relaxing from home and what have you, they gotta continue to suffer. And I personally don't think that individuals should have to go through that. You should be able, my character might die, y'all. You should be able to talk to anybody. And in the world that we live in, it's not that simple. You would think it's that simple, and it's not. You would think that people will listen to you, and they don't. So, to me, this is for anybody out there who, you might be depressed, you might be sad, but just remember, keep your head up. Because my mom always taught me that you might think that you're going through something worse, but there's someone that's always probably wishing that they could swap you for. There's someone that can, wow, let me slow down. There's someone that wish that they can just swap you with your life. Does that make sense? There's always somebody that wishes that your life was their life. And because some people do have it worse, you have to think that way. Whatever you're going through, somebody might have experienced it far worse. And that's the sick world we live in. People just want to be about themselves and not help nobody else. That is the sick world we live in. And this man, he had a YouTube channel. He was making something of himself, and nobody was helping him. People saw it. That's the crazy part, right? People saw it, and there was still no. So you're telling me people saw him needing help, and you're telling me nobody was out there saying, hey, how you doing, or a supporter wasn't like, I don't know if a supporter did or not. I just saw a video, and in these videos they weren't really talking about if there was a supporter telling him if he's okay or not. It's just a bunch of people that said, oh, he's crazy probably, or oh, this, that, and the fifth. People worrying about how crazy somebody is instead of offering help, or at least saying, hey, you don't know me, but I see that you're going through something. People are just selfish nowadays, and it's getting tiring, to be really 100 with you. I'm getting tired of seeing young people and people in general killing themselves because they feel like that's the only option, because they feel like they can't talk to anybody, and that's not how it should be. It's definitely not how it should be. Don't think that you can't cry, that you feel weak because you're going through, because I think some people are scared to even, because I remember I was young, right? I was younger, and if you said you were depressed or whatever, a lot of people will mock you. When I was younger, that's how it was. A lot of people will mock you and they'll be like, what you depressed about, you know, they'll shrug it off like you're young, you're not supposed to even have these thoughts, and they will look at you like that's a problem to even feel that way. And man, I just found out about him. You know, I just recently stumbled, like, it was on my recommendations on YouTube, and I was like, wow, I want to click on this, you know. And it's sad, really sad. I wish somebody could have been there to at least be there for him, you know? At least say, give him a shoulder to vent and cry on. That's like you being in a corner and crying to yourself in the dark and nobody's there to even comfort you. That's tough. I can't even possibly imagine what was going through his mind. I can't. It just made me think about how many times that I had friends in high school that used to cut themselves, that used to, you know, take drugs or whatever to relieve the pain of whatever they're going through. And to me, you know, I was always there. If they wanted to talk to me, I was always there to talk to them. And all they really needed was somebody to talk to them and say it's okay. You know, people nowadays can't at least give that to anybody. They're just too into them, into, I need to make this money, I need to make a bag, and I need to do X, Y, and Z. You don't need to do that. Sometimes if you don't believe in God, well, I do, and He works in mysterious ways. You know, you can't force a bag. If He don't want you to have money, He's not going to let you have money. Sometimes He's going to be there. You know, He might steer you in the path of being a motivational speaker or a gamer and have a channel to bring light to help other people. Who knows, you know? Life, we all are in this game called life. Is it a game? This is why I say it's a game. It's a cycle of you waking up, right? You waking up. You step your feet out in the world. You know, you either, if you ever play The Sims, you know you have to interact and be social, and sometimes the bar goes down, you know, or sometimes you get that negative thing. That's how life is, honestly, because if you're talking to somebody, right, who knows to say if that conversation is going to go well. Some people will judge you off of the fact of how you look and how you speak. You know, you can't do nothing about that. And who knows, he probably faced a lot of harsh realities for him. And he finally gave in to his mind, his negative thoughts. There's times where I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I would think about giving up and doubting myself, and I still am trying to get out of that due to the fact that it's not hard to pry yourself out of a negative thoughts. It's not easy. It is not. Once your mind is just in there, you know, you're gonna need somebody that's there to at least help you. And I might cut this video short. I'm not sure if I want to keep this video going. And tomorrow I might post another video. Because right now, I mean, that just makes me want to think about life and question, how can I at least help somebody so they won't get to that point. I feel like nobody should get to that point to where you're, feeling like your life is not worthy enough. And I think that a lot of us feel that way, that we get to this point of feeling like, who are we as a human? Is my life meaningful? Am I gonna do something that's meaningful? Who am I? And I feel like a lot of people get there. I feel like you don't have to give in to being a suicidal person. If you are crying out for help, somebody should be there for you. And it's sad that there's not that many people that are actually willing to sit down and have conversations and say, hey, I see you struggling. Let me help you, because I know this feeling of being alone. You would think that a lot of people will understand what it means or feels to feel like your voice is not being heard enough, or feel like your voice is not being listened to, because people just want to make sure that they're all right. I feel like everybody goes through that point where we ask ourselves, do I even matter? And if you're watching this, you matter, okay? You matter. And don't let anybody, or don't let them thoughts trick you into feeling like you don't. You matter. I say that if you ever feel like down and your thoughts are getting at you and it's eating at you, you matter, and you're gonna do great things in your life. Whether you want to do them now, you can't rush great things now. You have to let sometimes yourself grow, and whatever God put forth for you, He will let you have it. But understand that with trying to see yourself grow and trying to see yourself thrive, you have to be willing to fail. So don't rush life. Just let things happen. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody, I hope that I can make more videos that actually motivates and encourage people, because I don't want other people to kill themselves or think suicide is an option. It should never be an option. If you feel like you're alone and you don't even have family members to even back you, and you feel like there's nobody for you to even vent or talk to, understand that, I'm here at least. It's too many young people out here that are not being heard, that everybody wants to just care for their feelings. Everybody wants to just sit and say, I'm going through my own problems and I don't want to see anybody else's problems but mine. That's selfish. That's very selfish. I feel like if you can help the next person, this is a saying, right? And I'm just paraphrasing it. I don't know if it's I don't know if verbatim, but when you open your hand and you give, then rather receive, things come back to you. You sit here waiting for your life to thrive and kick off, and maybe that's not what it was set up for. Maybe you have to go forth and help somebody else that's less fortunate than you. And when you do that, you might gain a friend or might gain something from it. I feel like a lot of people, it's crazy that nobody sat and helped him, crying for help, and nobody chose to at least listen. It's sad to me. It's very sad for me, but so this game is called Miscreated, and It's kind of like Rust. It's not like Rust. Let me stop. It's not like Rust at all. It's on steroids. It's crazy. And I might die, but it's okay. If you guys have any games out there that's actually decent, let me know. Because I'm trying to find the next best game. Because Scum, I'm going to be honest with you. What is that? Hold up. Oh, heck nah. I'm about to jump off this bridge. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Get. Just know that you're not alone. If I die, yeah, I'm ending this. I'm not gonna play this game no more. Oh. Okay. What we got here? We got some, we got some pelt. We got some meat. Okay, little shrimp on a little bar rig. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cook. But yeah, you know, I think I said what I had to say about that situation, and it's just sad. Very sad. Rest in peace. I don't want to butcher his name up, but I know his name is Desmond. So, rest in peace to him. And if any of you guys are feeling down and you feel like you can't talk to anybody, oh, well, no, his first name is Daniel and his middle name, I guess, is Desmond. Sorry, I apologize, but yeah, don't get yourself into your negative thoughts. Don't get into that space. You know? So, I think I'm gonna go back to the base and stop the gameplay. I wasn't gonna play for long anyway. I was just gonna hop on. Maybe I'll stream for a while tomorrow. If you guys are down with that, let me know if you want me to play. I don't know. I don't think I want to play Scum due to the fact that it keeps lagging, and I'm trying to figure out how can I stop Scum from lagging while I'm streaming and it doesn't want to cooperate. No matter how many times I change my graphics settings or my settings on my computer in general, what is that? I still keep experiencing problems. So I'm gonna head back to my base and I'm gonna call it a day. Because I honestly want to watch some shows and just relax. Because I was on this game for, I guess, 3 days straight. Because I'm trying to make a video to where my base is fully built and I'm doing a tour for you guys and a tips and tricks guide. You know, because there's not that many updated videos speaking about it, so I wanted to at least create a video like that for you. But yeah, it's my old raggedy dinky base over here. I don't think, to me, I like it. I like the messiness, the messy look out of it. That's my personal opinion. I like it. Come on. Thank you. Close that door. And this is what it looks like. Don't it kind of look cute, guys? I'm not done with it, but I like the columns. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that yet. If the devs are looking at this, can you make curved walls? I mean, you have squared off things. You just need to make curved walls. Now you need to give that snap point. Y'all need to at least launch that by Friday, because I need it now. I'm tired of building on. Y'all need to have some type of way to build on inclines, because this junk is ridiculous. But other than that, this is CheyNobi, and I am out.
6 million ways to mob, choose one.